In this video, we're going to take a look at how to add modules and lessons to our e-learning course. Now, so far we've worked in the general, instructor, and registration and protection areas. Now we're going to go into the modules and lessons. In this course, there's not any modules or lessons set up yet, so let's go ahead and create our first module. So I can either go to the plus button on the right-hand side and add a module here, or I can click on this green button and add a module. And I need to come up with the module name. So I'm just going to call this Module 1, and then I need to create a description. Once I do that, I can click Create Module, and now that module's ready to go. I can add additional modules by clicking Add Module again. And in this next module, I'm going to put the name of it and the description and click Create Module. And I'll add one more module, and then I'll click Create. So in this particular course, I've created 4 modules, and now inside of each module, I can create the lessons. Now inside of each module that I create, I have several options. The first one is the plus button where I can add a lesson. The next one is the down arrow, so I can show all the lessons that are in that module. The next one is Edit. That's to edit the module name and the description. And then the delete button where I can delete a module. So we're going to go ahead and add a lesson to module 1. And to do that, I just click this little plus button. And now I can choose what type of lesson I want to add to module 1. Now there's several different things that I can do inside of here. The first one is the general, where I put the name of the lesson, the description, how long this lesson will last, or duration of the lesson. And then I indicate whether it's an easy, medium, or hard lesson. Also, I put the content in here, so this is where I decide what type of content I want for this lesson. So of the content types, I can choose that the content is going to be a YouTube video, or a Vimeo video, or a video from the computer, meaning you're going to take a video from your computer and upload it to the e-learning platform. Or you can do a video from Amazon S3, which is a video hosting service. Or you can do SoundCloud, which is an audio file. You can do a SlideShare presentation. You can do a PDF file. You can iframe a web page in here. So if you create a web page that has the lesson, you can actually get the URL of that web page and put it in here, and it will iframe the whole web page into your e-learning lesson. You can do HTML code if you're knowledgeable about how to use HTML code, or you can actually just upload an image. The next option is to do drip. So if you click on drip, now the links, files, tests, and comments won't be available until I create the lesson, and then I go in and edit the lesson later. So I'm going to go ahead and click Create Lesson. So I finished creating my lesson by adding a basic YouTube video. So when I go back to this lesson after I've created the lesson, I can click the Edit Lesson, and when I do that, you'll see the name of the lesson, the description. I've indicated that the duration is 30 minutes and that the level is easy. And then on the content area, I chose the content type being a YouTube video, and then I put the link to that video. And now if I click Drip, I have the ability, since they have to register for this particular course, to specify when they get access to this course if I want it to drip. Or if I don't want it to drip and I want them to get it immediately, I can just keep everything at 0. The next thing is links. So now that I'm editing my lesson, I can click links, and I can add new links here if I want to. I can also add files by clicking here to add a new file. And I can start creating some test questions. So let's take a look at the test feature. So first of all, the result score type. We're going to either give them a % score by the number of right answers or by the values of the right answers. So we can do like a 95%, or there can be a value number, like one test question is worth 3 points and another test question is worth 4 points. And you have to get a certain number of points to be able to pass. So I'm going to keep it at percentage because that's the most common. And then the pass %, this works when registration is required. So if the person is required, you can actually set a pass percentage. So in order to pass this, I can set the percentage at 95, which means they have to score a 95 to pass this particular lesson. Now in here, it says questions, and right now there's no questions. So let's go ahead and add a question. So I'll click Add Question. And I've got several different question types. I can do a short answer question, which is just a short amount of text. I can do a true-false question, or I can do a multiple choice question. So those are the three different question types. So I can choose true-false. I can add the question text in here. So all I do is start typing a true-false question. And once I type my question in there, I have to choose which of these is the answer. So the question is, the sky is blue. I'm going to put true as the answer. And then I can actually type in some information to help the student. And then I can give the question a number value. So if I want to put a higher value and I'm basing the result score on numbers instead of percentages, I can put a number value on this question. I'm just going to keep the question value as 1 because I've chosen a result score type of percentage instead of numbers. So now that that question is done, I just click Add Question, and now that question is in there. Now once the question is in there, you can actually edit at any time by clicking the little Edit button and go in here and change any of the information that you want to, even change the type of question. And then once you're done, you click Edit Question. You can also delete the question by clicking the delete icon right here, the little red trash can. That will just delete the question. And then the next one is comments. If you click on that one, you can enable comments or disable comments. If you enable comments, that means that your students are going to be able to make comments on their lesson. You can disable comments and they will not be able to make comments on your lesson. I'm going to keep it as enabled. And you can type some comment text right here if you want to. So I have, please feel free to ask any questions that you may have here in the comment section. And then I'm going to click Add Comment. And that will actually enable the students to ask questions if they want to. Now, once I have my lesson completely edited, so I've edited the general area, which is about the lesson, and then the content, which is a YouTube video in this case. And then I've designated my drip, which for me, I set it all as immediately getting access to this lesson. And then any links I add right here. Any files I add right here. The test is right here. I've only got one question in the test so far. I have enabled comments. So once I check all of that for this lesson, then I go ahead and click Save Changes. And now that lesson is actually ready to go. I can add more lessons in this module by just clicking the plus button over here. And then for each module, I'll go in and click the plus button and continue to add lessons into each of the modules. So that's how you add your modules and lessons inside of the eLearning course builder. I'll see you in the next video.